So for those who don't know me, my name is Sandrine Olmi. I'm a registered nutritional therapist and I help women address hormonal issues as well as digestive issues. These two things usually go hand in hand. If you start addressing one, it will have a really big impact on the other. So today I want to share 10 tips for you if you're a busy mom and you're keen to remain as healthy as you can this summer while looking after your children. Okay, so these tips is things that I apply myself and also tips that I share with my clients in my practice. So my clinic is called Savoir Faire Women's Nutrition and I help women online primarily at the moment anyway. So 10 tips to remain healthy while being super busy and while looking after your children. So how do you feed yourself? How do you prepare food? You know, what are those top tips to help you stay on track as much as possible? Don't get me wrong, you know, do enjoy an ice cream or two and a glass of something bubbly. It is a summer after all. I hope you can find time to relax because that's really important as well. But hopefully those 10 tips will help you plan a little bit ahead and have the right ingredients in the house and make life a little bit easier for you. All right, so let's get started. So tip number 1, like I just mentioned, it is about planning, you know, thinking a little bit ahead. So planning and preparing meals in advance. You know, that's just going to give you an overview of what's coming, what ingredients you need to get. And once you get the right ingredients in the house, then you're more likely to make those dishes. So that's my first tip, is just to put a little bit of time aside to plan and prep your meals. So it could be even in the evening while watching TV, just grab a piece of paper or your diary and kind of go, okay, what are we doing tomorrow? What food do we need? Are we having a picnic? Right, what kind of food can we bring that is suitable for the children, but also healthy for the adults going on the picnic? Okay, so planning, super important. Number 2 is to make life easy for yourself. Choose really easy meals, quick and easy meals. So it's not because it's summertime that we should forget about slow cookers and instant pots and air fryers, and because these are fabulous tools. So think of meals that you can perhaps prepare in advance, switch the machine on in the morning, and then in the evening you've got your meal. And if you like those quick kind of 30-minute type meals, I definitely recommend a lady. Oh man, I'm looking for my cookery book. Her name is Jenny. I'm not going to pronounce her surname. I can't pronounce it. She's a nutritional therapist like myself and a sports nutritionist, and she has created lots of amazing cookery books that can really help you save time. So this one is the Modern Multi-Cooker Cookbook for ninjas and instant pots. But if you have a look at her sheet pan cookery book, it's all about making a meal with basically one dish that goes in the oven. Really simple. So look that up. Okay, so that's tip number 2, choose quick and easy recipes. Don't make it hard for yourself. Number 3 is involve your children. So involve them perhaps in the planning and deciding what you're going to eat together. If you're brave enough, you can take them shopping with you. If actually it's quite a fun activity, perhaps you could go to a farmer's market, or just to get them to embrace and look at the produce and discover them, even if they don't eat them. Don't get me wrong, I have a daughter who doesn't hardly eat vegetables, but when we expose our children to all these ingredients, it helps. Okay, so involve the kids in meal planning and preparation. They can help you cut up some veggies, preparing, I don't know, some snacks, healthy snacks, that sort of thing. So it's a fun activity if you're patient enough. Number 4 is basically about stocking up on healthy, convenient snacks. So think about things that you could keep in your fridge. So perhaps you could cut up lots of crudités, put them in a bowl or a Tupperware, and that way, everyone can have a little nibble when they're hungry. So cut up vegetables, fresh fruit, especially in the summer. There's so many fruit. It's beautiful. Watermelon, peaches, apricot, cherries. All of these are fabulous. And then another thing you can do is prepare energy balls. So like your own sort of, you know, energy bars. And I get this big slab of date paste from a Turkish shop. Look how big this is. And it cost me £2.39. Okay, right, they're not your, you know, it's not quite the same as the fresh dates, okay, but this is convenient. This is a paste, and all I have to do is put it in a food processor, add some nuts, add some lovely ingredients, some protein powder, some healthy fat, and then we make these little bowls and you have super yummy snacks for everybody. So really, really great. So that's stock up on healthy, convenient snacks. Number 5 is all about thinking about the meals that you can make ahead of time. So for example, tonight I'm picking up a friend from the airport. We're going to come home late. So I'm going to cook when I finish this live. I'm going to cook dinner basically so that it's ready for when we come home. So yeah, think ahead. Think about meals that you can make more of. Maybe you can double the quantities and then put a portion in the freezer. For a day we have no time to cook. So that's tip number 5, planning, plan meals you can make ahead, okay? Tips number 6, I love this one. It's basically finding shortcuts. Love, love, love this one because, hey, you know, we only have so many hours in a day, and if we can save 5 minutes peeling a vegetable, why not, okay? So have a look in your freezer aisle in your supermarket and see what you can find. You know, I get these butternut squash cubes. They're cut, they're peeled, they're ready to go into a casserole. I love them. I also get these mixed sliced peppers. Absolutely brilliant. What do I do with them? I usually cook some chicken pieces and then add these peppers and some onions and maybe some courgettes, all in the oven with some olive oil and some herbs and seasoning, and let that do its thing. And all you need is a little bit of carbohydrate on the side and you're ready to go. Your meal is done. So think about shortcuts. Have a look at what's already prepared. And I love the frozen produce because, you know, you use only what you need, so there's no waste. So that's really, really handy. Tip number 7. So we talked briefly about, you know, using those slow cookers and those instant pots because, you know, you can plan it in advance. You can put them on in the morning. You know, they usually have a timer. So if you haven't got one of these, I would definitely look into that because it's going to save you time and it's going to allow you to make really healthy dishes that are nourishing, filling for the whole family, and you'll use them all year round. So that's number 7. Number 8 is to prioritize balanced meals. So what do I mean by that? It's really easy to end up eating the same food as your children, right? Really easy. You know, you go out, order something, you order the same. And maybe at home as well, sometimes you're like, I'm just too tired. I'm just going to eat what my kids are having. Or sometimes some mums actually don't eat at all. So what I always do, always, you know, that's my little rule to myself is, yes, I might be eating the same food, you know, sometimes as my daughter, but I will always have a side dish that is just for me and my husband, perhaps, if he's there. And it's usually a big salad. And my daughter will look at me and kind of go, oh, I don't want this. So you don't have to eat it. I'm not forcing you. It's not the right option. But I want her to see what I'm eating. And that's the best thing I can do, is just show by example. And I'm doing some good to myself because I know that's what my body needs. So eating white food, beige food, is not good for me. So, you know, I may have a little something from that, but I also have my colorful plate or bowl at all time. It's really, for me, it's a non-negotiable option. So just think about when you are having a meal, just think about this. Do you have protein on your plate? Because that's going to give you energy, okay? Do you have whole grains? Again, that's going to give you energy. B vitamins, really, really important. And then how many veggies are you eating in a day? You know, even if you have to go to the fridge and have your little crudités as a snack with some hummus, that counts. That's great. But make sure, you know, you keep track of that so that your nutrients will be You know, your body will get all the nutrients it needs and you won't feel too tired, because we feel tired when we don't eat enough, when we don't drink enough, and when we're deficient in nutrients. So the body can't make them, we need to eat them. So yeah, so prioritizing balanced meal. Just think about your family, but think about yourself as a mom as well. You know, as a woman, you know, what do you need to feel good right now? Next one is making healthy swaps. So again, it's just thinking, all right, so what are we having? We're having dips, for example, because you've got people coming over, you know, you've got family visiting. So perhaps, you know, if you're going to make something, we say cream, perhaps you can use yogurt instead, Greek yogurt. If you go for, you know, pasta, white pasta, could you swap for whole grain or buckwheat pasta? I love buckwheat pasta, they're so tasty. And then just adding veggies in those sauces if you can. You know, if your family allows you to do that, then do add those veggies wherever you can. And then finally, a very, very big tip of mine is to try as much as you can to eat mindfully. What does that mean? It means taking our time to chew our food, to enjoy it, to actually look at it, and even if you've got children running around you, just try and have these 5-10 minutes to really, really eat your food calmly, if possible. Try to avoid eating on the go. It's just not great for the digestion. Your body won't absorb, you know, the nutrients because it's not producing enough acid in the stomach. You'll end up with bloating and cramps later on. So it's better to get to your destination or have a break and then eat when you're calm. Much, much, much better if you can, of course. But your body will enjoy that a lot more and you will have less digestive issues later on. So mindful eating, being aware of what is going into your mouth. Also, what happens with mindful eating is that we snack less later because we feel more satisfied with the food that we've just eaten. So there you have it, my 10 top tips for busy moms for surviving this summer. Now I'm putting together a no-cook meal plan for, you know, those days where you're having a picnic or you're having guests and you're all eating in the garden and you just don't want to spend time in the kitchen. So I'm putting together this 7-day meal plan with lots of ideas of things you can make. There's sandwiches and things like that, of course, in there, but some, you know, healthy options. So if you're interested in finding out more, let me know. I could share a link to that when that's ready. And then if you want to talk about nutritional therapy, I am still around. I'm not going on holiday just yet. So yeah, if you want to chat about energy levels, hormone health, PMS type issues, digestive issues, bloating, IBS, all these kind of things, then I'm always happy to have an initial chat just to see what your options are, how nutritional therapy can help you, and we can take it from there. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.